And good afternoon, everyone. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor. My name is Jim, and this is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network. This is a directed network, and I'm net control. Is there any priority or emergency traffic at this time?
Is there any priority or emergency traffic at this time?
And hearing nothing, we will continue. This net is all about ham radio and being all that you can be. That's what our Qso-Vlog network is all about, trying to help people achieve the best sounding station possible. Thanks for dropping by. FYI, my background is 50 years in commercial broadcasting, where a lot of big bucks are spent on audio processing equipment and getting it set up correctly to get the loudest, best sounding station possible. Well, long story short, when I became a ham radio operator, I could hear immediately a large discrepancy in on-air technical proficiency. A lot of stations were running with very poor mic equalization, very muddy, with little articulation. And as I continued to work stations, I realized most of the stations were also running very low average peak modulation, many around 30% of average peak modulation. So with my background, I felt I could help, or at least try. I knew that most modern-day ham transceivers did have enough onboard processing equipment to be able to overcome most all of the problems. So it would just be a matter of developing a generic dynamic range setup procedure and then adjusting the onboard EQ gear. And so I started the Qso-Vlog network with the phrase, "If you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout." And today we're currently featuring over 2,100 Qso-Vlog Aircheck recordings. And you can access these recordings by going to YouTube and doing a call letters search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. That's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook. And we also have a new series called KC9VKV Highlights. That's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word highlights on a YouTube search. These are some of our less technical and more human nature philosophical kinds of QSOs, such as one of my favorite segments called Something to Crow About, featuring Kenny and his master modulating rooster, Henry. You'll have to check it out. KC9VKV Highlights on a YouTube search. Our mission statement for the network is to establish a higher technical level of radio transmissions of the human voice by the intelligent utilization of available electronics in current amateur radio transceivers. Our setup, while generic in nature, converts the average 10 dB dynamic range transmitter with an average 30% of peak modulation to a much fuller 3 dB dynamic range with an average 80 to 85% of peak modulation. This substantial boost in audio transmit level is extremely beneficial in high noise levels and heavy QRM. It allows you to punch through when others fail. The second part of our transmitter setup has to do with proper mic equalization. We're looking to optimize the transmitted voice for a higher degree of intelligibility through the use of EQ patterns that bring out the articulation aspects of the human voice. Again, why need to hear the voice if you can't understand the words? Also this afternoon on the receive side, we're running 4 Internet SDR receivers, monitoring New York, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Virginia, trying to get the best copy from our 100-watt friends. Now the audio from these 4 SDR receivers comes up on a 6-position rotary selector. Also in this selector is our local receiver audio. And today, our local receiver is running 3 large 10-foot vertical magnetic loop antennas, one aimed at 0 degrees, one aimed at 90 degrees, and number 3 is aimed at 134 degrees. In addition, 2 of the 3 may be rotated separately. They are selected by a 6-position rotary selector. Also today on the transmit side, we'll be running our NoSWR specially oriented resonant dipole antenna. One leg of this resonant dipole is broadside to Montreal, Canada. The other leg is broadside to Miami, Florida. As we were constructing our station, our mantra was 20 over from Montreal to Miami with a hotspot through the Carolinas. And although conditions may vary, the general performance of this antenna supports its mission. Also today we'll be running our input source indicator. So when we switch from an internet SDR receiver to our local receiver, you'll be able to hear the switch and see the switch. You'll have to check it out on our YouTube Qso-Vlog video. And as we come together for another Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network, let us pause just a moment for the amateur radio operator's prayer. Lord, we pray for clear 20 over S9 communications today. Let all our transmissions fill the air and reach their destinations QSA-5 to be understood by all. And as we pray for good radio conditions, let us also pray for good human conditions. During this time of pandemic that has challenged us all, we pray that you'll protect everyone, especially our elderly. And also, Lord, we seek your divine intervention to bring peace to a very divided United States. As we go through a very conflicting time in America's history, with dark clouds all around, we pray that you'll reduce life's daily political QRM between our brothers and sisters. And through your love and guidance, show us the way to find peace and harmony. Help us to communicate with one another 20 over S9. Thank you, Lord, and God bless and protect America. Amen. And to continue, since this is part of the band where we have many nets trying to operate in a very confined area, I would appreciate all stations checking into our Qso-Vlog net to keep their band pass to no wider than 100 to 2900. Again, please, no wider than 100 to 2900. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network. And now let's check in and see if Charlie, K1GZL, is on frequency to bring us up to date on the latest 40-meter band propagation. Charlie's QTH is up north in northern New Hampshire, near the Canadian border. Charlie, got a copy?
Northern New Hampshire, near the Canadian border. Charlie, got a copy?
Yeah, Jim, I do. There is a lot of QR Mexico station opened up just below us, about 3 kc. But I am copying, but conditions are not that good. I understand there's been a solar flare, but it's a beautiful day up here. The temperature is in the high 40s to near 50 in the shade, and the snow is 99.9% gone. Although we may get something important in the snow department around next Tuesday. So I hope you have good copy, maybe through Milford, KC9VKV, K1GZL.
Roger, Charlie. Well, hopefully the QRM will subside there over a period of time. Who knows? The band is usually not that crowded on Friday afternoon at our showtime, but, it pays your money and takes your chances, Roger.
But, it pays your money and takes your chances, Roger.
No, yeah, Roger there. So I have a little bit of Ian again down near Melbourne, Australia. In this particular case, I was experimenting with low power. Now, my quad is not working on 40 meters at the moment, right here on 40. However, when I recorded this, I believe it was around the 11th of November. I can't remember exactly how many years ago. It might have been about 4 years or so ago, 3 years ago. I was experimenting with low power, very low power, and that part of southeastern Australia near Melbourne, the gain of my quad is only about 40 or 50%. Certainly no more than 50%, but I got down to about a tenth of a watt. He could copy a little bit, but he was copying S7 on 4/10 of 1 watt output. But here is the recording, I hope.
Yes, strength 7, strength 7 to 8, over.
Oh.
Well, don't turn it this way, Charlie. CK3 Mike Oscar near Melbourne in southeast Australia. Yeah, fine. Now, I did hear 100 milliwatts, but I hesitated a bit, but you were down sort of in the static level. But 1 watt, it was, you're above the QRN. There is QRN here tonight, Charlie. So, it's amazing, isn't it? You wouldn't believe that 1 watt or, 100 milliwatts, it's amazing that it's finding its way in your antenna. It's radiating and propagating across the world and coming into my antenna, and there's practically no power to start with, but you've just shown that how little power it takes to communicate.
Okay, there you are. Jim, I hope you copied that. It just shows what can happen if the propagation will permit it. That is the main thing. KC9VKV, K1GZL.
Roger, Charlie. Now, did I hear right you were down to 84 milliwatts?
Did I hear right you were down to 84 milliwatts?
I didn't get that question. I'm getting splatter. What was that, Jim? Go ahead.
Roger, I was just saying your power, you got down to 84 milliwatts, Roger?
You got down to 84 milliwatts, Roger?
Oh, I got down to about 100 milliwatts, a tenth of a watt. And Ian could copy, but not copy. In other words, he could hear me in there and, just barely get me at all. However, on 1 watt, on 4/10 of 1 watt, he was copying S7, and above the noise level, good copy on 1 watt output. Go ahead.
Oh, that's great. Now, you guys didn't have to contend with any kind of splatter situation, Roger?
Contend with any kind of splatter situation, Roger?
Oh, no. We ran that contact. It was early morning. It must have been about 6, somewhere between 6 and 6:30 in the morning, Eastern time. And there was no splatter. And I was not getting any static on him. No static whatsoever. So I thought I would try it. I would try a low power test. I have gotten down into Australia on 4/10 of a watt, readable, on a person running a half-wave dipole at one point when conditions were absolutely maximum. Go ahead.
Roger that. Well, how is your noise situation? Is it totally gone now, or do you still have noise from time to time?
Is it totally gone now, or do you still have noise from time to time?
Well, the noise is mostly on 20 meters, and I've got it right now. Just before we got on here, I tuned 20, and it was there. They still have not gotten rid of it. For a while, it looked like they had the Eversource, which is our power company up here, and that covers the whole state of New Hampshire. It looked like they had gotten rid of it, but then again, it came back. And it looks like we're going to have to go through more episodes. It's mostly when the weather is dry, like it is now. It is dry. Right now the sun is out very bright, but when it rains, the interference disappears. Go ahead.
Roger, now I was trying to remember the girl's name that works for Eversource, that's in charge of noise on the line. Was her call? Did she get QRM, Roger?
Did she get QRM, Roger?
She actually was able to pick out that call. She knew somebody connected with the FCC, and that was Katie. No, pardon me, that's wrong. Annette. That was Annette, and I think it was KA1RFI, KA1 Roger Fox Ida. It could be KB, but I think it's King Alpha 1, and I'm going to try to get a hold of Katie because she is not as familiar with sideband operation or having any sideband equipment. So I'm going to try to, or I'm going to have somebody down in southern New Hampshire. She lives almost in Massachusetts, but she takes care of the radio frequency interference for the whole state. And they've had the trucks up here various times trying to get rid of this horrible line noise. However, I think she needs help on getting some type of transmitting equipment because she has the extra license. I held up the microphone when I was talking to Captain Mike maybe about a year ago, and she heard him so clearly. I have a big speaker up on the wall, which I use, and I just held, I held the telephone, not the microphone, the telephone up against the speaker, and she was so impressed. She studied up and got all of her licenses. She got the extra. Go ahead.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. And her call was RFI. I thought it was QRM, but it was RFI. And that, how apropos that she, being working for the power company in charge of noise abatement, would wind up with a call sign including the letters RFI. Roger?
With a call sign including the letters RFI. Roger?
Roger. I thought that was just by chance. I had, and there goes my voice, I had figured just by chance that she got that license, but she knew somebody that speeded everything up, and it was available. Since she got her extra, she could pick out a call if it were available, and it was. So she got I'm not sure if that second is KA or KB, but I think it's KA1. RFI, radio frequency interference, or that's RFI. RFI. So she is the one that checks the interference on the line, and that is for the whole state of New Hampshire. That's her job. Go ahead.
Roger. All right, Charlie. Well, thanks for dropping by, sir, and keeping us abreast of all the comings and goings on the various frequencies and that sun. What would you call that?
Sun. What would you call it?
I didn't catch that, Jim. That same fellow came on. He splattered right over. Unfortunately. She works with the power company. But I did not get your question, Jim. Go ahead.
Roger. Well, Charlie, I don't think I remember what it was anyway. So, listen, 73 of that way, Charlie. Thanks for dropping by. Roger.
Listen, 73 of that way, Charlie. Thanks for dropping by. Roger.
Roger, Jim. I hope to catch you next Friday. Let's hope we have a little less QRM. I would have tried to help tell that person, but he came on late, right during the QSO, so there was not much I could do. So take it easy down there. Right now you're only S5 at the present time on direct there. So I think this is part of a magnetic disturbance. We are supposed to be in the middle of a magnetic disturbance, and that could be part of the problem. 73, Jim. Thanks again, and keep up the good work. And stay healthy. Wow. KC9VKV, K1Gs. It's always a pleasure.
Roger, Charlie, 73 of that way, sir. Have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. And I am going to post this sign on my Radio Shack door. It says, please excuse me, I'm right in the middle of a magnetic disturbance. I'm sure that will keep folks at bay. Anyway, just a reminder, this is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. My name is Jim, and I'm better known in some circles as Dr. VKV. We are recording now live till 5, so if you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout. We'll post this recording up on YouTube in the next couple of days. So when you go to YouTube, just do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. That's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook. That will take you to our Qso-Vlog page, where we're currently featuring over 2,100 Qso-Vlog Aircheck recordings. This recording will be cut number 1 in that series. And we also have a new series called KC9VKV Highlights. That's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word highlights on a YouTube search. These are some of our less technical, more human nature, philosophical kinds of QSOs. So that's KC9VKV highlights on a YouTube search. So there you go. Let's move along now. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. We're listening.
How you doing there? KC9WC up here in Madison, Indiana. I guess you're New Albany, I think, right? Name's Marvin, and showing a young man how this stuff works. Over.
Roger, Marvin. Come back slowly, phonetically with your call sign, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. Kilo Charlie 9 Whiskey Charlie.
Kilo Charlie 9 Whiskey Charlie, Roger.
Like QSL.
Roger, and what's your location again?
Big city of Madison, Indiana.
Ah, well, I work that repeater from time to time, Roger.
Oh, you're better off than I am. I try to work it, no one's around.
Well, I didn't say anybody was around. I just tried to work it, Roger.
Hey, yeah, they got 2 of them up here, and they got good coverage, but I don't know where all the hams are. Guess on FT8.
Yeah, you know, that's the thing, though. You know, there's an old proverb that says use it or lose it, and I'm afraid some of these ham radio repeaters are going to be lost to other services that are more inclined to use them than the amateurs are.
That's right. Your call is K9VKV?
Call is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, Roger.
Okay, KC9VKV. Yeah, I got you there. Are you in New Albany?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're about 3 miles from downtown Louisville, Roger.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fine business. I'm from Clark County. I was on the sheriff's department there about 30 years or so. And lived in the
Roger that. I was just looking around to see if I could find a better path for us. I'm copying you on my local antenna. We're, almost probably too close. It would be local, Roger.
Yeah. You know Phil Houston?
No,
Okay, I'll get out here and let you go with your net there. Thank you very much for putting up with us. We'll check in sometime. We'll have more time. Take care of yourself, all the best, and have a nice weekend coming up there. K9VKV, KC9WC.
Roger, call is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor. 73, Marvin. Thanks for dropping by, sir. Have a good day, and we'll catch you later. If you get a chance, join us next Friday. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. Somebody calling me there. Try it again, sir.
Kilo Papa 4 Echo Oscar Papa Missouri. Copy.
I got Kilo Papa 4 Echo something.
Roger. Kilo Papa 4 Echo Oscar Papa. I'm copying you 15/9 here in the state of Missouri.
Roger, you're in Missouri. What's the name there?
Name here is Jay, Juliet Alpha Yankee. Good afternoon, guys. This is Kilo Papa 4 Echo Oscar Papa. Code sign. Name Jay, Juliet Alpha Yankee. Go.
Roger, Echo Oscar Papa and Jay. And what radio are you running, Jay?
7300, the radio that I guess everybody have, and long wire, 135 feet back in the tree here in Missouri. Go ahead.
Alrighty. Jay, if you're interested in our setup procedure, if you give me about 10 seconds and tell me about your antenna system, I'm running in addition to four internet SDR receivers, I'm also running three 10-foot vertical magnetic loops. And let me look around and see if I can find just a little hotter signal for you. If you would, give me about 10 seconds and tell me about your antenna system.
Roger. First, thank you for taking the time. I love your videos. I follow you a lot. And what I'm using now is NFET 135 feet up in the tree. There are probably 25-30 feet up in the tree here. I just moved here last year and enjoying the radio again. I was dedicating myself for satellite communication and stuff and then get back to HF again. So that's what I'm using here. Go ahead.
Roger, Jay. Well, you have interesting audio curves. You've got a lot of low-frequency response, so it's a very broad curve. But to balance that out, you might need a little more top end. So if you would be interested, let's go to your EQ page and maybe crank in +3 clicks boost treble EQ. Roger.
Okay, let me do that right now. So you want me to increase the bass? Go ahead.
Now leave the bass where it is. So you got plenty of that. Let's try to balance that top end. 3 clicks boost treble EQ.
Stand by a second. Can you give me a second? I haven't used this radio for quite some time, and I'm trying to get to that part here on just 1 minute.
Yes, sir. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. My name is Jim, and we are recording now live till 5. Right now, Jay is searching on his 7300 for his EQ page, so he can add 3 clicks boost on the treble EQ.
Okay, I am right there now, and let me see. I have never touched that treble EQ. I lower the TX treble there to 0. I have it on 5. Any change there? Go ahead.
What was it? You are on a 5 on your treble EQ at the moment?
On the TX treble, do you want me to play with the treble EQ? Let me see. I've never done that with that one. Go ahead. Stand by.
Yes, this would be 3 click boost on your treble EQ from where you are. 3 clicks boost treble EQ from where you are.
Okay, now where do you find that treble EQ? I'm kind of lost on that one there. I got the PA-BEX, TX treble, and the TBW, the white and the mid. Any one of those?
Okay, I tell you, since you're there, we want to put your pass band, double check to be sure your pass band is 100 to 2900. Your pass band 100 to 2900, Roger?
That's exactly what it is now.
Kind of faded out there just a little bit.
That's what I have right now, 100 to 2900 on the TBW wide. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. That's the only way to run that radio. Just a beautiful radio. It'd be almost a sin to run it in any other bandpass than 100 to 2900. Now, did you say you found your equalization page?
No, I'm in the page where you found the TBW wide and TBW mid. Go ahead.
All right. Well, let me give you a couple of notes. a couple of notes. Then you can do it at your leisure when you find it. First thing we want to do is boost your treble EQ by 3 clicks from where it is. 3 clicks additional treble EQ boost from where it is at the moment. Then I think you might be just a little too heavy on the bottom end. I would suggest 2 clicks roll on the bass. 2 clicks minus on the bass EQ. So it's 2 clicks roll on the bass EQ, 3 clicks boost on the treble EQ. Roger?
I'm going to have to apologize here. When I got the pen, when you told me you're going to give me some notes, I moved my pen adapter out of frequency there. I was like, well, what can I hear now? I'm sorry, will you repeat that? Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Jay, on your EQ, I want you to roll 2 clicks bass, roll off 2 clicks bass, minus 2 bass clicks, and I want you to increase your treble by 3 clicks. 3 clicks treble boost from where you are. Roger?
Okay, so I got the treble and +3, and the bass on -2. Oh, by the way, let me just tell you, the microphone that I'm using is the Hale India Charlie Mike Bravo Golf, so maybe that helps. Go ahead.
Roger. Well, you know, it doesn't really matter what the mic is. I'm listening to you and looking at your audio on a spectrum analyzer. So whatever the mic, it doesn't really matter. You know, it is what it is. And so I've given you some notes to make it a little bit better. Roger?
Roger. Okay, so I did the changes there right now. Any changes? Kilo Papa 4, Echo Oscar Papa.
Okay, you have done your EQ that I gave you notes on. Is that a Roger?
Roger.
Yes, sir. I think you're right there. Now, there's a couple other things. As long as we're here, it has to do with operational situation on our setup. We usually start the setup with engaging our compressor at 3. A 3 out of 10, a 30 out of 100. It's a token amount, something you'll never hear on the air, but it starts our fattening process. So it's compressor on, and at a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100. Roger?
Okay, let me, definitely the compressor is on, and the scale when I talk to you goes down to 10.
Frequency is in use. Frequency is in use. Frequency is in use. All right, Jay, did you say, okay, well, anyway, the compressor on and add a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100. Roger?
Roger. I got the compressor there, and I look at the scale here when I'm talking to you, and it moves down, touching the 10 to 12, 10 to 12 on the compressor, the line right in front here in the scale. Go ahead.
Yes, sir, Jay, but see, the compressor has an input level control, and on the 7300 it's 0 to 10, and what we want to set that compressor on is a 3. Compression on and add a 3. Roger?
Okay, and let me see, I'm going here to the menu to see. I have, again, never played with that compressor. How do I follow that one? Go ahead.
I think it's on your function button. It's on your main function button, compressor on and add a 3. Roger? That's that little button off to the right, I think, of the display.
Yeah, I go here at the function, and then I go up the button, but it only says there on and off. I don't know if there's another one you want me to touch.
Okay, let me give you notes again, and then you can make the adjustment as you go. Ideally, we want that compressor on and add a 3. Compression on and add a 3. So just make a note on that, and let's move to your ALC with the mic gain in hand. And as you say the magic word audio, said just like you would normally be speaking the word audio. With mic gain in hand, I want you to adjust your AOC level for mid-scale to 2/3. Roger?
Okay, Roger, and stand by a sec. Okay. Here we go. Hold on a second. Compressor. What did you say? 1, 2, 3. Okay, I have it on 3. My gain. Let me. Okay, I put in the gain. Audio. Audio. Kilo Papa 4. Audio. Okay. Notice any difference there?
Looking for a mid-scale to 2/3 on your ALC meter, Jay. Just look at your meter and adjust your mic gain until you're getting a mid-scale to 2/3 reading on your ALC meter. Roger?
Roger. I'm getting there. Kilo Papa 4. Okay, here we go. 2/3 right there. Kilo Papa 4, Echo Oscar Papa.
Roger, Jay. Okay, now I think we're set up fairly well. What I want you to do over the next couple of weeks or so, I want you to leave your ALC meter out and displayed. I want you to look at your ALC meter as you're transmitting and as something to do. And over a period of a couple of weeks, you will develop a relationship with your ALC meter, and you'll be able, just by the use of your voice, to keep that ALC meter in the sweet spot, mid-scale to 2/3. Roger?
Roger. Kilo Papa 4, Echo Sir Papa. Yeah, I'm very, follow the ALC a lot, but I was just touching a little bit higher than what you're mentioning. Right now, I'm talking to you, close to 75%. Yeah, I will be definitely doing that. This Kilo Papa 4, Echo Oscar Papa here, Portable, Missouri. Go ahead.
Roger, Jay. Yeah. What happens when you get that ALC meter up to mid-scale to 2/3? Your average percent of peak modulation becomes 80 to 85%, and your audio is dynamic range. It becomes 3 dB. 3 dB is a nice fat signal. What happens though, if you were to continue higher levels into your ALC, you will start to squish the words even more, and you will get to a point where the words are much more difficult to understand because they're so scrunched. So we just wanted to, from that 3 dB dynamic range, which is when you get that ALC meter at 80 to 85%. Roger?
Roger. Yeah, I follow your instructions very close, and here's the thing. Every time I use HF, and it's only on HF because even my wife tells me that I tend to kind of start raising my voice, and this ALC really controls that. So definitely I will follow your advice. As a matter of fact, I'm doing that right now. I'm trying not to start yelling at the microphone. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. It looks just absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And if you want to hear it, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, that will take you to this recording. This will be cut one of a series of 2,100 Qso-Vlog Aircheck recordings on a YouTube search. Roger?
Roger. That's not a problem. I do that all the time, and this is the second time I talk to you, and I put it on my web page. So I want to outstanding. I follow it, and I'll be following your advice. No doubt about it. So I will say 73, and let other guys not only enjoy your conversation with you, but also take advantage of the state of the art here in St. Louis, Missouri. This is Kilo Papa 4, Echo Oscar Papa 73, and thanks a lot, Cheyenne.
Roger, Jay, 73, sir. Have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. Thanks for dropping by. And we'll have this recording posted up on YouTube by noon tomorrow. On our YouTube search. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
WD4U.
Station 4U. Come back slowly phonetically with your call sign.
Whiskey Delta 4 Uniform.
Whiskey Delta 4 Uniform. Roger, what's the name there?
The name is Steve. Sierra Tango Echo Victor Echo.
Roger, Steve, and whereabouts are you located, sir?
Located in Grayson, Kentucky.
Roger, Kentucky, and what radio are you running?
ICOM 7300.
Radio of the century, sir. Beautiful radio. Just absolutely perfect radio. Best bang for the buck you can buy. Okay, if you'd be interested in our setup procedure, it starts with you looking at your passband. We want the passband setting at 100 to 2900. Roger?
That's what I've got this one setting at, over.
Yes, sir. Now move to your compressor on, and add a 3 setting on the 7300. Compression on, and add a 3. Roger?
I'm running at about 7, but we'll knock it down to a 3, over.
Yes, sir. Well, a 3 and a 6 are the same, except the 3 doesn't have the suck up between the words, and the suck up between the words doesn't do any good. So a 3 is just ideal. Roger?
Okay, it's on 3 right now, over.
Alrighty, now let's move to your ALC with mic gain in hand, and as you say the magic word audio, adjust your mic gain until you're mid-scale to 2/3 on your ALC meter.
Okay, we'll do that. Audio, right there is mid-scale to 2/3 scale, over.
Yes, sir. Okay, now let's move to your equalization page.
Well, I'm not for sure where the equalization is on this thing.
Let me give you some notes.
Okay, I'm listening.
Alrighty. Thing we want to do is put 3 clicks boost, treble EQ. 3 clicks boost, treble EQ. Roger, Roger, from where you are. 3 clicks boost, treble EQ from where you are.
Okay, let me see if we get into the right place to do that. I think I know exactly where you're going to, let's see here. Okay, 3 click boost. Okay, now you want to do the bass and the treble, correct?
3 clicks treble boost from where you are.
Okay, that's got that.
Alrighty, now I want you to tell me about your antenna system for 10 seconds or so, and let me listen to you.
Okay, I'm running an off-center fed dipole, 10 through 80 meter off-center inverted V configuration. Feet off the ground, and so far the SWR is good enough. I don't have to run a tuner. I just run it straight in to the radio.
Roger, Roger, Steve. Kind of faded out there just a little bit, but I think we got you set up pretty good. Let's try another recording there for about 10 seconds. See if Mother Nature looks down on us approvingly. If you'll tell me 10 seconds about what you like about your radio.
Oh, okay, very good. What I like about this radio is that it's so easy to set up. I run some digital stuff. Work a little bit in the space station, try to talk to that once in a while. I run some WinLink Express, a little bit of WSJTX and FT8, stuff like that, and enjoy it quite well. It's a very easy radio to work with, over.
Roger, Roger, Steve. Thank you very much, sir. And if you want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube, do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. That will take you to this recording. This will be cut number 1 of a series of 2100 Qso-Vlog recordings on a YouTube search, and we'll have it posted by noon tomorrow. Roger?
Okay, I didn't catch your name. I should know it. Is it Mike, over?
Jim, Juliet, India Mike, Jim, Dr. VKV.
That's Jim. Okay. Yeah, I should have known that. Yeah, I appreciated you listening to the radio there. You did that on an old 450. It's been a year or so ago. We still got the 450, but we decided to get the 7300. We like it quite a bit better. It's just a tremendous little radio for the price, and like I say, easy to use. A lot of different features on it, and the bands. It's just a good radio. That's all I can say, Jim.
Yes, sir. It is the radio of the century. Just a beautiful radio. Well, let me say 73 there, Steve. You have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend, and if you get a chance, join us next Friday. 73. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. We record now live till 5. So if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Okay,
Kilo Charlie 9 with uniform.
The station, there was one loud one. The loud one come back.
Kilo Charlie 9 with uniform Victor, maybe?
Yes, that's the one. Slowly phonetically on the call, please.
Kilo Charlie 9 Whiskey Uniform Victor.
Whiskey Uniform Victor, Roger. What's the name?
Name here is David.
Roger, David. And whereabouts are you, sir?
I'm on a TS590 Sierra Golf.
Roger, and where are you, sir?
Oh, I'm in Lockport, Illinois.
All right, David, if you're interested in a setup procedure, it starts with you double-checking for your bandpass setting. It should be 100 to 2900, Roger?
100 to 2900. It goes 28 to 3000.
You have another one there. You should have maybe a selection of 3 different band passes.
Okay, there we go.
Or you should have manual options to crank that in, 100 to 2900, Roger?
All right, that's done.
All right, you are 100 to 2900, is that a Roger?
That's correct.
Yes, sir. Okay, now move to your compressor, engaged, and add a 3 out of 10 or a 30 out of 100.
Well, let's see. I think that's not even turned on here.
Tell you what, hang on your compressor just for a moment. Let me see if we can get a better copy on you. If you would, why don't you tell me in 10 seconds about your antenna system? Let me look around.
Okay, well, this is a ground-mounted vertical, the kit by DX Commander, and I don't know, with about 35 radios here. I'm at about 600 feet behind a hill. I think, where are you at? You're in Indiana, so yeah, I'm going through a hill to get to you, over.
Yes, sir, David. I think we can help you a bunch. So did you find your compressor on and add a 3?
Okay, compressor at 3.
All righty, and that's a 3 out of 10, Roger?
30 out of 100.
All right, then it's 30 out of 100. We're just looking for a third of the capabilities of the compressor, so it's a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100.
Roger, 30 out of 100, right there.
All righty, now I want you to move to your AOC control with mic gain in hand, and as you say the magic word audio, adjust the mid-scale to 2/3 on the AOC meter by way of mic gain control.
Well, let's see here. The only way I can get to, well, actually, right where it's at, the ALC is about 15 on the peaks. It's about 2/3 of the meter on the peaks.
Alrighty, now let's move to your equalization page, Roger.
Oh, all I've got the modes.
And what kind of equalizer situation does that 590 have?
It's got HB1, which is where it's at now, and that's off, totally off. It's just me.
Okay, you do not have a manual EQ page with a 3-band EQ, a 6-band EQ, 8-band EQ like that, or you just have fixed EQ circuits?
Yeah, sure, because I run Mac computers and I don't have the software. In software, you can do it.
I got you. Okay, then let's go back to that number 1 position. Let me hear you at that number 1 position.
Okay, there's Hotel Bravo 1.
And tell me in 10 seconds the best thing you like about your radio.
Oh, I like it. It's clean looking. I bought the anniversary model, and it's been good to me for the last 3 or 4 years once I got it right. Over.
Alrighty, I think we're sounding pretty good there. Why don't you give me? Do you happen to have a radio story handy that you could give us a little radio story for a minute or so?
Yeah, this radio. First time I ever bought a brand new radio, it spent more time in the back of a truck than it did. Apparently that facility is no longer a repair facility. Then it came back, and then it went to California at the repair facility, and City of Industry. So it came back, and it was doing other things, and so after about a month, it went back to City of Industry, California, and they ended up replacing the finals and a few other things, and then mailed it back, and it had some damage. They mailed me repair part. Oh, it was an issue. This radio spent more time in the back of a truck back and forth across country it did on the air for the first 3 months of its life. There, over.
Roger, David. Well, I don't know if there's a lemon law or not for radios. What do you say?
It was just, it's probably one of them things built at 4:59 on Friday afternoon, Roger?
Yes, sir. Well, I think we got you cooking right now. We'll keep our fingers crossed everything will stay copacetic. Roger?
Well, I appreciate your help as I just rearranged the desk, so I was having all kind of problems. You're having that as far as I'm concerned. So, KC9VKV from KC9WUV. I will let you go and get on to the next customer. Thanks again.
Roger, David, yes, and your audio has a 3 dB dynamic range, so your average percent of peak modulation is 80 to 85%, just beautiful. And if you want to hear it, you go to YouTube, do a call letter search, KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, and it will take you to this recording. It will be cut number 1, regardless of what YouTube says. This will be cut number 1. On a YouTube search of a series of 2,100 Qso-Vlog recordings. So, and we'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow, if I'm still alive. Alrighty, 73, sir. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Contact K4 Alpha Victor Tango, Tennessee.
There's a K4 out there. K4, come back slowly, phonetically with the call sign.
Yeah, this is Kilo 4 Alpha Victor Tango, Gary in Northeast Tennessee.
Gary in Northeast Tennessee. Roger, Gary. And what radio are you running, sir?
We're on a TS-850, and we have a hand mic with the HAL HC4 element, over.
Roger that. Okay, if you're interested in our setup procedure, it starts with you double checking for your bandpass setting at 100 to 2900. 100 to 2900 bandpass setting. Roger?
I copy that. 100 to 2900 on bandpass. And we do have our treble boost on, over.
We'll get to that. So you're running 100 to 2900. Is that a Roger?
Let me check that. Okay, now I'm on a TS-850, and I don't think I have a bandpass adjustment.
Do you have a manual?
I've got one online, over.
Roger that. Well, I'll leave you some notes. Maybe that would be the best way to do that, because it's really important. A passband setting 100 to 2900. Roger.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, well, that would be the first note. Bandpass setting 100 to 2900. Then bring your compressor processor on board at a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100. Roger?
Okay, we do have the compressor set at about 30%, and we've just got a dial knob there, over.
Roger, so that's 30 out of 100, Roger?
Let's copy that.
All right, then move to your ALC with mic gain in hand. And as you say the magic word audio, adjust for mid-scale to 2/3 by way of mic gain control.
Okay, I'm adjusting right now, so we're at about 2/3 over.
All right, let me hear the word. Let me hear the words. Go audio, and with the your hand on the mic gain and adjust it from mid-scale to 2/3.
Okay, audio, right there, over.
Alrighty, and now let's move to your equalization page. And what kind of equalization do you have, sir?
The only equalization I have is a high boost on the radio.
Frequency is in use. Frequency is in use. Gary, what kind of equalizer did you say you had?
I don't have an equalizer. All I have is the high boost on the radio, over.
I got you. Okay, well, let's call that even then, since we can't get the EQ, because you have to use a computer to do that, Roger?
I copy. So, as I said, I've got the high boost on. Would you like me to cut it off or what?
No, that's fine, just fine. So maybe double check your ALC one more time. Say the magic word audio as you look at your ALC meter, and have mic gain in hand and adjust for mid-scale to 2/3. That's a really critical adjustment here.
Audio, 1, 2, hello, audio.
Yeah, that looked pretty good. All right, and if you want to hear your audio, Gary, if you go to YouTube, do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. That will take you to this. This will be cut number 1 of a series of 2100 Qso-Vlog Aircheck recordings. Roger?
Okay, we appreciate the cut. This is K4ABT in Tennessee.
Roger, Gary. Wish we had better conditions, but it is what it is. So we just have to deal with it. But I think you're set up just perfectly. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. We record now live till 5. So if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Just another note. I'm used to about 9 here in East Tennessee. We're on an indoor loop antenna. We're putting out about 50 watts.
Roger, Gary. Now tell me, why are you putting out 50 watts?
Well, because I'm in the very close vicinity of the dipole antenna, and I don't want to run any more output, over.
All right. Well, you faded out on that last part, and if you might have been running 100 watts, I probably could have heard you through the fade. But you just have to be ready to have some difficulties when you're running at less than your best shot. Roger.
Okay, I appreciate that, and keep that in mind. Glad to make contact.
Yes, sir. And just another thought there. I don't know. I couldn't copy exactly what antenna you had, but I'll tell you. There are all kinds of antennas, and some are much more efficient than others. We use a resonant dipole antenna here. A resonant dipole antenna, and it is really effective. We can do straight out of the amp right into the antenna. No tuner, no power loss at all. Roger.
with myself.
Roger, Gary. Well, let me say 73 to you, sir. You have a great afternoon and a beautiful weekend. If you have the space to put up a good antenna, I would certainly suggest, that resonant dipole antenna. I found that to be a great antenna, very, very efficient, and gets the job done. So anyway, Gary, 73, sir. Have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Kilo Charlie 4, Delta, Kilo Victor.
Delta Victor something. Come back slowly phonetically with a call sign.
Yeah, the whole concept is Kilo Charlie 4, Delta, Kilo Victor. The name is Sam, Sierra Alpha Mike, and we're in the Cumberland Plateau.
Roger. Handle was Sam. Is that a Roger?
That's Roger.
And what was your location, Sam?
I'm Jamestown, Tennessee. It's right in the center of the Cumberland Plateau.
Roger, Tennessee. And what radio are you running?
I've got an IC 7600 or 7610. And the main thing I'm interested in is my audio. I just put a boom mic on here, and I'm just wondering if it's doing all right, or if it's making too much noise, or not enough noise, or what.
Well, you got a great radio there. If you would, let's go through the setup procedure and get it sounding as best as possible. First thing is to double check your bandpass to be sure you're running 100 to 2900. Roger?
Yes, that's what it is.
Alrighty, then check your compressor. Compressor on and at a 3 out of 10, 30 out of 100.
Well, it says the compressor is set on mid. I don't know. Looks like it's from 600 to 800 here.
All right, so that's your input. You have how many? What's your nomenclature for your input level?
I'm not sure what you mean there.
You don't have a rotary dial with a say a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100 capability?
Gun negative.
No, I sure don't. Well, I've probably got one, but the radio's new to me, and I'm not well acquainted with it just yet. But the main thing I wanted to do is just to find out if the audio on it was clear and loud enough. Running, I'm modulating up to about 600 watts.
Yes, sir. Okay. Go to that first compressor setting. Normal, is it?
Okay, there's a compressor off.
All right, then the next one, the least amount of compression is what we want.
Good thing there. I don't know if that's a fixed configuration or there's a variable.
We doubled. Want the one that's the least amount of compression. On and at the least amount of compression.
Oh, hang on just a second. I don't know what you're wanting now. Hold on just a second. See, there's the mic gain monitor. Well, I don't know. I've got Digi-Select and it's off. Is that what we're looking for?
I'll tell you what. Turn your compressor off. Turn your compressor off. Come back. And then as you count to 5, at about 3, turn the compressor on, and we just want it on at the minimum amount. Roger?
Yeah, Roger. It's on the minimum amount. I've got it cut off now. Got the compressor off, and it looks like I've dropped some. And it's on mid, and I'm going to kick it on at mid there. Okay, right there is mid. Is that any different?
That's too much. I hear, it's sucking up, and that's what we don't want. You don't have any less amount of compression than that, Roger?
Not that I know of. I won't say that it's not adjustable, but okay, I'm going to kick it back off again, so that sounds better there?
Yes, sir, because your blower was catching up with you. So, all right, so now let's move to your AOC control with the mic gain in hand. And as you say the magic word, audio, adjust for mid-scale to 2/3 by way of mic gain control.
Okay, let me see if I can find one. What is it I'm looking for now?
Your ALC control, ALC meter. And you have a mic gain control in your hand, and as you say the word audio, adjust the mic gain until you're reading mid-scale to 2/3 on your ALC meter.
It's about at 2/3 right now, I think.
All right, but let me hear your word. Let me hear audio.
Audio. It went a little bit higher then.
Yes, sir. That's the importance of that word. See, it leaves you, where that meter will display itself, and it's easy to adjust with that word. Roger?
Yeah, roger that. Okay, what is your location there so I can get an idea of how far this is reaching?
We're next door to Louisville, Kentucky. We're on the Indiana side of the Ohio River, right at Louisville, and you're on my local antenna, and you look to be about a 10 over. Roger?
Yes, that's what it is. Well, you're not that far. I'm running a double bazooka in an inverted V situation, and like I said, it's running about 600 watts on top modulation. And the antenna, the apex of the antenna is about 30 feet. That might give you another clue there as to what it's doing.
Roger, you're doing quite well. Let's move now to your equalization page. Roger?
Okay, I don't know where that is at all. Like I said, this thing's new to me.
All right. Let's see here. Well, okay. You're a 7610, so you have a button on the front of that radio called Quick. Should be towards the middle right side. Quick.
No, I can't find it. I'll have to get to know this thing a little bit better and then maybe catch you on there somewhere at the time. Then I'll know more about what to ask you there. I appreciate what you've done so far, though, and it kind of gives me an idea of what to fiddle with and maybe get some other input, farther away or closer, to see what the difference is. And I appreciate the help very much, so I'll let you get to the next person there that knows something about the radio, and you can help them better there, Roger.
All right, Sam, let me give you some notes, a couple of notes that you will appreciate when you find things. First note has to do with equalization, and I want you to add 3 clicks treble boost. 3 clicks treble boost from where you are. Roger, Roger?
Now, hang on, let me get a bird dog here. Okay, that's three clicks to the right of the middle, did you say?
3 clicks boost on your treble EQ, plus 3 clicks boost on your treble EQ. Roger?
Okay, I've got that. Any more?
Yes, sir. Now, you have on the front of your radio a button called Quick. And Quick will take you to drive. And I need to know what that drive level is. You look for Quick. It's labeled Quick.
No, I can't find that at all. I'm probably not on the right level on this meter here to look for what you're talking about there. Like I said, I'm going to have to get to know the radio a little bit better, though. Give me some kind of idea there of what it's doing, and as I get to know the thing better, maybe I can fix it there, Roger.
Roger. Well, I think it's doing perfect. I'm just trying to get you a little more audio. This is not on the meter, on the display. This is a hard button on your radio called Quick. Anyway, I'll give you a note. When you find Quick, That will take you to drive. And on drive, I want you to run 65. I want you to advance your drive to 65 from quick. It goes quick to drive and then 65. It's probably on 50 right now, but we want to take it to 65 when you find it. Roger?
Roger that. Check to see if it's 65 on the quick. Roger?
Yes, sir. Quick takes you to drive, and drive is the one that you're looking at to make an adjustment on. Roger?
Yeah, roger that. I got that part. Anything else?
No, I think that'll be nice when you get all those numbers cranked in, Roger. Check back in next Friday and let me hear you, Roger.
I will definitely do that. I'm writing down all this other stuff. What was your handle again?
Name here is Jim, Juliet India Mike, Dr. VKV.
Yeah, roger that. I don't know if I gave mine. It's Sierra Alpha Lima. I mean, not Sierra Alpha Lima. It's Sam Sierra Alpha Lima.
It's, I thought you said it was Sam. Repeat it?
That's it. I'm all baffled here. It is Sam, the Sierra Alpha Mike.
All right. Good enough, sir. 73, sir. Have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. And we will have this posted up on YouTube by noon tomorrow. If you go to YouTube, do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook. That will take you to this recording. This will be cut number 1 in a series of 2100 Qso-Vlog recordings. 73 Sam, and we'll catch you next Friday. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Jim, Kilo Delta 2, Delta Mike Romeo.
Delta Mike Romeo, come back slowly phonetically with the call sign.
Hello, Jim, Kilo Delta 2, Delta Mike Romeo. Good afternoon.
Delta Mike Romeo, Roger.
QSL, Jeremy, Illinois.
Jeremy, is that a Roger?
QSL.
And Jeremy, whereabouts are you, sir?
I'm in Mississippi, northwest corner, Illinois.
All righty, and what radio are you running?
ILICM 7300, SB220, inverted V.
Roger. All right, and have we set up before on this one?
I think we have. This is just the only thing is boom mic and new amp.
Roger. It sounds like it might be a little heavy on the bottom end, which is all right, but we need to balance that on the top. So I would, and as we go through this, maybe we just want to go through the whole setup. Check your bandpass setting for 100 to 2900. Roger.
Roger.
Okay, and you've got that?
QSL, yeah, I'm looking at my settings at the moment. That is right there where we set it up the last time. The only thing I added was 2 more bars of compression.
All right, so I might not have double-checked your bandpass last time, so just verify that you're 100 to 2900 for sure.
No compression, 2900. With compression, still 2900.
All right, this is not compression, sir. This is bandpass. Pass band. It's setting at 100 to 2900.
QSL.
Roger. And so you have verified you're at 100 to 2900. Roger?
Yeah, QSL. I was just saying hello, Jim. You sound wonderful. You're 20 over as always. And good afternoon.
Yes, sir. Okay, so let's go on with the setup and just to double check it. You don't seem to quite have the 3 dB dynamic range that we're looking for. So verify your processor's on and at a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100, Roger.
QSL, power 50, mic 50, compressor 3, wide, and we are at 29,100. Yep, 3 up on the treble, 3 down on the bass.
All right, Jeremy. Important that you stay on mic. You've got to, if you move around on the mic, your level's going to change and your equalization is going to change. So it's really important that you stay on mic as best you can, Roger. And that is like 3 to 4 inches from your mic, Roger.
Yeah, QSL. This is the proper audio right here. Is that you're looking for? KD2D.
Yes, sir. I want you to leave your ALC meter out so you can see it. And you know where that sweet spot is, mid-scale to 2/3. So as you speak, I want you to look at your ALC meter over the next week or so. I want you to leave that ALC meter out so you can see it when you're transmitting. It gives you something to do. And I want you to, look at that meter as you speak. And within, a few days, you'll be able to control that meter to keep that meter right in the sweet spot just by your voice control. Roger?
QSL. Oh, I'm a little shy. I see these new settings aren't going to work. Yeah, you're right, Jim. I do apologize. But, she's a little...
You're right, Jim. I do apologize. But, she's a little on the shy side. I didn't want to keep it hot, so I picked up the room,
Roger. Well, the whole thing is that the mics are finicky to begin with, and they're trying to do the best they can, and so we need to do probably the best we can to get the best out of the mics, and so the thing is consistency. As you address the mic, consistent spacing to the mic, on access to the mic, and the same distance from the mic. And that way we'll be as consistent as we can. But you'll find all that out as you watch your ALC meter over the next few days. Roger?
Watch your ALC meter over the next few days. Roger? QSL. Well, thank you very much, Jim. Just wanted to say hello. You still sound great. Kilo Delta 2, Delta Mike Romeo, 73.
Roger, Jeremy, and your audio curve is just beautiful. It's really nice. It cuts. It's got a nice edge to it. Easy to understand in adverse conditions. And that's the thing, people can have beautiful audio, but put it about a dB above the noise level somewhere, and that's where what do they say about the tires? The rubber hits the road, and that's where it is critical that your audio have the best articulation possible, because you want to be understood in adverse conditions. Roger?
You want to be understood in adverse conditions. Roger? QSL, the proof in the pudding, QSL.
Roger. 73, Jeremy. Thanks for dropping by, bud. And we'll have this on YouTube by noon tomorrow. Go to YouTube, KC9VKV logbook. That's be the search. 73. This is KC9VKV. We're recording now live to 5, so if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Now live to 5, so if you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. Whiskey 4, Mike.
KC9VKV, this is Kilo Delta 9, Foxtrot India Kilo, over.
There's a Delta 9 station. Come back slowly, phonetically with the call sign.
There's a Delta 9 station. Come back slowly, phonetically with the call sign.
Kilo Delta 9, Foxtrot India Kilo, over.
Foxtrot India Kilo, is that a Roger?
Foxtrot India Kilo, is that a Roger?
Affirmative, over.
Alrighty, and what's the name there?
My name is Dick, Delta India Charlie Kilo, and your name?
Name here is Jim, Juliet India Mike, and this is the Qso-Vlog network where we assist folks in transmitter setups. And where are you, Dick? What's your location?
Transmitter setups. And where are you, Dick? What's your location?
I'm in Grable, Indiana, and I'm mobile in my car. I just put my antenna on, and I was having issues, and I had to go through and clean every connection, and I was wondering how I was doing, over.
Well, Dick, I'm copying you on Milford, Pennsylvania SDR, so you're doing pretty good. Let me, if you would, why don't you tell me about the antenna system on your vehicle, and let me look around, and I'll see if I get a copy on my local antenna. Roger?
And get a copy on my local antenna. Roger.
Roger. I have on the PL height on the antenna. And on the my Jeep. And I took the whip off of it and put a capacitive hat on it so it would not be as tall. And from that, I've been getting really good results, but I took it off during the wintertime, and I just put it on today, and when I first put it on, it did not work very well, so I had to tear it apart to get all the connections and then reconnect them together with a little bit of I can't think of the name of the grease you put on it, and hopefully it's working fine now, over.
Roger. Well, gosh, you're really doing well going north. I'm copying you really well on the Milford and even better on the Rochester. I'm running 4 internet SDR receivers, and Rochester right at the moment is doing the best. So looking at your audio, you do have a 3 dB dynamic range, so you have a good setup on your modulation, and your audio curve is nice and perceived articulation, which is good. So I think you got it going on, buddy. Roger, call here is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor. Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor. Name is Jim Juliet India Mike. And again, this is Qso-Vlog Network. Roger.
India Mike. And again, this is Qso-Vlog Network. Roger.
Roger. And I appreciate you coming back to me. In fact, my antenna is actually facing more towards the west than it is to the east. And so you're getting me off the back end of my car, so it must be doing fairly decent, over.
Yes, sir. You're about 5 over in Milford, Pennsylvania. About 5 over on the Milford, Pennsylvania SDR. Roger.
Yeah, about 5 over on the Milford, Pennsylvania SDR. Roger.
Roger. I do appreciate it, and I'll let you get back to logging other people. And I do appreciate everything you've done for me here. And 73, this is Dick at Kilo Delta 9, Foxtrot India Kilo, closing on your final, over.
Roger, Dick, and what radio are you running, sir?
Roger, Dick, and what radio are you running, sir?
I'm running Yaesu FT891, over.
FT891, Roger.
FT891, Roger.
Roger.
All right, Dick, thank you so very much, sir. If you want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube, do a call letter search, Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook. On the YouTube search, bring up this recording, and this will be cut number 1 of a series of 2100 Qso-Vlog net recordings. 73, Dick, and have a great afternoon. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Whiskey 4, Mike Delta Zulu.
Whiskey 4, Mike Delta Zulu. What's the name there?
Whiskey 4, Mike Delta Zulu. What's the name there?
Well, good afternoon, Jim, and thank you for taking my call. The name here is Mike. Mike Indy Kilo Echo.
Roger, Mike, and whereabouts are you located, sir?
Roger, Mike, and whereabouts are you located, sir?
I'm located in Sanford, North Carolina, which is central North Carolina, sir.
Roger, Mike, and what radio are you running?
Roger, Mike, and what radio are you running?
Well, Jim, I'm running Kenwood at TS890, pushing a, let's see, I've got it, a Marathon AL80B amplifier at watts. Over.
Roger, well, if you'd be interested in our setup procedure, it starts with you checking your passband setting, and we want 100 to 2900. 100 to 2900 passband setting, Roger.
100 to 2900 passband setting, Roger.
Roger.
All right, so that's what you're running now, Roger?
All right, So that's what you're running now, Roger?
Stand by one. Okay, Roger.
Alrighty, now go to your compressor processor, on, and add a 3 out of 10 or a 30 out of 100, Roger.
On, and add a 3 out of 10 or a 30 out of 100, Roger.
Roger, at 30. That may be a little too high for this rig.
That's 30 out of 100, is that a Roger?
That's 30 out of 100, is that a Roger?
That's Roger. Roger, Roger.
Well, that's what we're looking for, about a third of its capability, so it should be fine, 30 out of 100. So now let's move to your AOC with mic gain in hand, and as you say the magic word audio, adjust your mic gain until your AOC meter is running mid-scale to 2/3.
Your mic gain until your AOC meter is running mid-scale to 2/3.
It's right about 2/3, Jim.
Yes, sir, looking good. Now let's move to your equalization page.
Yes, sir, looking good. Now let's move to your equalization page.
Go ahead.
And what kind of equalizer do you have, sir?
And what kind of equalizer do you have, sir?
Is that a 2-band, 3-band, 8-band, 16-band parametric, or what?
2-band, 3-band, 8-band, 16-band parametric, what?
Jeremy, you still have a copy, sir?
Jim, this is a fairly new radio, and I'm having
Jeremy, you still have a copy?
what you're asking for, so maybe you'll want to move on.
I'll tell you what, let me give you a note to self. When you find out where your equalizer is, we want to boost the treble EQ 3 clicks from where it is, plus 3 clicks treble boost from where it is, Roger, when you find it.
Plus 3 clicks treble boost from where it is, Roger, when you find it.
Well, thank you, Jim. I've copied plus the 3 clicks.
Yes, sir. And like I say, when you find out where it is, how to get to it, it's plus 3 treble EQ boost, Roger.
Where it is, how to get to it, plus 3 treble EQ boost, Roger.
Will do. Thank you for taking my call. Thank you, Jim. 73.
Roger, Mike, 73, sir. Have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. All right, we've got room for one more. This is KC9VKV. If you've got a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
KC9VKV. If you've got a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
November Tango 4 Oscar Mike.
November Tango 4 Oscar Mike, is that a Roger?
November Tango 4 Oscar Mike, is that a Roger?
That is correct.
Roger, Oscar Mike, and what's the name there?
Roger, Oscar Mike, and what's the name there?
Your name here is Tom, and I'm located in the state of Georgia, running an ICOM 7300. Go ahead.
All right, Tom, did you say 7300?
7300. Running into an amplifier right now. Don't know if you could even hear me without the amplifier.
Probably not. All right, let me just see if I can bring up my my Georgia SDR. It should be, it's changed frequencies. That's what the problem is. Stand by just a moment there. Let me bring this mama back on, come on there. Sorry, little technical difficulties here. I should have had it already. There we go. All right, I got Georgia back on now. So, Tom, give me about 10 seconds. Tell me about your antenna system. Let me look around, see if I can find a better audio system. Let me just check something here. Huh. That's interesting. I don't know where I'm getting a sound. I don't know where it's coming from. Anyway, all right. So, Gremlins. I got Casper in the studio. Tom, why don't you give me 10 seconds? Let me hear you tell me about your antenna system. Let me see how if I can get a better signal. Roger.
Tell me about your antenna system. Let me see if I get a better signal.
I'm running an off-center fence dipole with the apex about 40 feet in the air, running north-south, and the ends are approximately
5 feet off of the ground. It seems to work okay sometimes, but at any rate, that's what we're running right now. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Well, I finally got my Georgia SDR running, and I've got just a room full of you there. You're about look to be about 15 over on the Georgia SDR. So if you'd be interested in our setup procedure, it starts with you verifying that your bandpass is in the 100 to 2900 mode. Roger?
2900 mode. Roger.
Okay, let me check that real quick. Okay, that's where we are.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, now let's check out your compressor processor on and at a 3 out of 10 or 30 out of 100. Roger?
10 or 30 out of 100. Roger.
Okay, that's where it's already said. It says a 3, and right now my gain is 50%.
Okay, not really concerned about the mic gain, only as it relates to your ALC meter. So go to your ALC meter with mic gain in hand, and as you say the magic word audio, adjust your ALC meter from its scale to 2/3 by way of mic gain control.
By way of mic gain control.
There went completely gone. Okay, that's 2/3. That's 9%.
Roger. So just as we're talking now, I want you to leave your ALC meter out as we talk, and just verify. You know, the sweet spot's going to be mid-scale to 2/3. You may have to do a little touch-up there. So now let's go to your equalization page, Roger.
Your equalization page, Roger.
Okay, transmit EQ up there.
All right, I want you to add 3 clicks boost treble EQ from where you are. 3 clicks boost treble EQ from where you are.
Treble EQ from where you are.
Oh, wait, you said treble, didn't you? You hit the wrong one.
Okay, be sure and put that other one back where it was.
Sure, and put that other one back where it was.
Okay, treble is up, bass is back where it was.
Yes, sir. And now what kind of EQ does that radio have? Is it a 3-band, a 8-band, or what?
3-band, 8-band, or what?
It's a 2-band.
Excellent. Hard to go wrong with a 2-band. That's the greatest invention folks ever made, you know. And the reason for that is that you always want to keep your mid-range flat. You know, they say, well, gosh, if you're going to keep the mid-range flat, just don't even show it. So that's the way that goes. And the reason for that is if you boost the mid-range, it's so much harder for the top to strike a balance to the mid-range and the bottom to strike a balance to the mid-range. So if you want to keep it flat, the designer said, well, let's not even put it in there. So there you go. It's 2-band EQ, greatest thing since the sliced bread. Roger?
Since the sliced bread. Roger?
Yeah, I'll agree with that. Makes it a whole lot easier on everybody.
Yes, sir. And how much, do you have any, could you go plus two more? Plus 2 clicks to boost more treble EQ?
2 clicks to boost more treble EQ?
I've got one left. I can go one more, so.
All right, and then I want you to tell me about that 7300, what you like best about it.
7300, what you like best about it?
Well,
what I like best about it, it probably is the waterfall. I love that, and the fact that it's got a touch screen on it. I see somebody or see a signal on the waterfall, I can touch it, and it'll basically go right to there with a little bit of fine-tuning to get it exactly on frequency. But I guess that's probably the feature I like about it the most.
Roger, Tom. Now, I want you to, what is your setting on your bass? What is this bass setting on that EQ?
Right now it's a +2. I have 3 more before it hits the top.
I would leave it where it is, sir. I think you're sounding great. The thing is, you can always crank in a bunch of bass, but the problem is Mother Nature sometimes does whammies on you. Then takes that top end away, like phase cancellation, where she bends back half the signal later in space than earlier. And so when the two come back, one part may be 180 degrees out of phase with the other, and the cancellation starts at the top end of the audio spectrum, so you lose all that top end, and then if you have a bunch of bass, it's just all that bass and nowhere to go, Roger.
Oh, Roger, I know exactly what you're talking about. I've heard it happen while I've been talking to someone in Europe somewhere, and I've actually heard what you're talking about.
Yes, sir. So I, sometimes I'll take it down and put a little bottom in there, but you always have to have a nice top end to offset anything that might happen there. So I think you're in an ideal situation. So if you want to hear your audio, Tom, go to YouTube, do a call letter search for KC9VKV Logbook on a YouTube search. KC9VKV Logbook on a YouTube search, and we'll have this up by noon tomorrow. Roger?
By noon tomorrow, Roger.
Okay, I do thank you. I'll check it out.
Alrighty, and why don't you leave your ALC meter out for maybe a week or so, and it gives you something to do with your eyeballs as you're Q-sewing, and just keep looking at that ALC as you speak, and try to keep that ALC in the sweet spot, mid-scale to 2/3, by way of voice control. Roger?
By way of voice control, Roger.
Alrighty, I'll do that. I'll watch it, and you say 2/3 scale? Alrighty, that's what we'll do then.
Roger, Tom. It's mid-scale to 2/3. The sweet spot is halfway between mid-scale and 2/3. So there you go. 73, Tom, and thanks for dropping by. And if you get a chance to join us next Friday. And with that, gosh, we've come to the end of another broadcast, Qso-Vlog Net for Friday afternoon. Hope you've enjoyed the show. If so, join us next Friday. And again, if you want to go to YouTube and do a call in a search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, that will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 of a series of 2100. There is another series that we have. It's called KC9VKV Highlights. KC9VKV, followed by the word highlights. These are some of our more interesting, less technical, more philosophical kinds of QSO pieces. So with that, we'll say 73, and we'll be returning this frequency back to normal amateur radio use. This is Kilo Charlie 9, Victor Kilo Victor, clear.